What's up, YouTubers? Today, for your viewing pleasure, I have 10 packs of 1991 Fleer Baseball, the set that is generally considered to be the ugliest in the history of baseball cards. We're talking by a major brand with the Major League Baseball license, so Triple Play is not in the running for ugliest cards of all time because they are not officially licensed. We're talking 1991 Fleer Baseball in all of its mustardy glory. There's a King Griffey Jr. for you to look at, player name at the top, team name on the bottom, no logos. Everybody's in the ugly mustard yellow. Excuse me. The backs are actually pretty nice looking. They got a little bit of break with the yellow, with the player stats broken up by different colored bars there. Would have been nice if they would have actually had these color coded by team. The Mariners could have been, the helmet of Griffey's batting helmet there. A's could have been green. Pirates actually could have been yellow. Actually would have been a completely different set, I think. Wouldn't have been as frowned upon as it is, and because, my God, these are pretty hideous looking. 1991 Fleer Baseballs, of course, right in the heart of the junk wax era. It's estimated that there's about 3 million of each individual card printed. So, in my great state of Arkansas, that's enough for everybody in the state to have a complete set. Or if you live in Wyoming, enough for everybody to have 6 complete sets. So 1991 Fleer was innovators for having the first insert set, I believe, of that year. The Fleer Provision cards, which I pulled a couple out of some packs off camera. There's a Roger Clemens. These, of course, were drawn by T. Smith, as it's stated on the back of the card there. We got Roger Clemens in front of some clouds and a moon and holding a glowing baseball. So there's that one. And then I pulled Eric Davis, again standing in front of some planets. And I think he's on the disabled list here. And then a Darryl Strawberry Provision, which I had never seen before. I thought this was really interesting, and I couldn't understand what that jargon was there in the corner, but then I looked it up, and it's actually the scientific chemical formula of cocaine. So props to T. Smith for throwing that in there, making a very interesting Darryl Strawberry Fleer Provision card. So let me know if anybody out there has one of those, because I've never seen one. So anyway, let's get right into these packs and we'll see what we get. Pack number 1, 1991 Fleer. You will see as I open these how ugly they really were. No Provision in this pack. Twin sticker. We got Tim Wallach. Good form there. Worked for Bill Buckner. Dave Valley. Kurt Young. Steve Finley. Mark Portugal. He's super fat now. Hanging with Eric Shaw. He actually hung himself, I think, in the early 90s. I'd have to look up what year it actually was. But he suffered from depression, so rest in peace. Or is it hang in peace? Roberto Kelly. Kevin Tapani. Rob Deere with the Milwaukee Brewers. Man, that dude had some big old thighs, didn't he? Jose Uribe. I could sell this on eBay for like $5 grand. Donnie Hill. Donnie Hill always looked really old. I don't know. Poor Donnie. Willie Wilson. Mr. 10 triples a year. Sweet Lou. And Eric King. If you ever want to know what a crappy pack of baseball cards from 1991 looks like, look no further than that pack right there. Pack number 2. Kansas City Royals logo. Means we're going to pull a George Brett out of this pack. I feel it. Marquise Grissom. Randy Mulligan. Harry Gary Gaetti. People said I looked like Gary Gaetti back in elementary school. So, mentioned that before in a previous video. But if you didn't see it, there you go. Ted Power. Kirk Gibson. Hobbling, as always. D. Wayne Ward. Dave Spaghetti. Hal Morris with the Reds. Lloyd Mosby. Tom Foley artist. Gotta get your checklist. Jesse Orosco. Mike Schwab and Bip Roberts. Another stellar pack full of superstars. This box was sealed, by the way, although these wax packs are opening rather loosely, but I don't know who would be ripping 1991 Fleer cards and going through them. There isn't any real noticeable rookies, or notable rookies in this set. There is Swell Clark. I actually don't think I have that one, if you can believe it or not. Right in front of the Willie McCovey number in the background there. Corey Snyder with the Indians. Why is my camera not focusing here? It's a little slow. There it goes. Nolan Ryan, there we go. First Hall of Famer. Not a bad one to get. QB Brooks. Mike Fetters in front of a packed house. Otis Nixon. Gary Milkyman. Jim Presley with the Braves. Rudy Cianez. Mark Gubiza. Phil Bradley. Jeff Gray. Mike Bilecki. Nice backdrop there with Wrigley's vines on the wall. And Todd Zeile with somebody's bat making a cameo there right in front of him. All right. So far, Nolan Ryan and Will Clark are the only decent cards out of the first 3 packs. Pack number 4. Larry Sheets, the Detroit Tigers. Carlton Fisk, that's actually not a bad action shot there. Lance Parrish smelling his bat knob. Bob Welch's grape juice, rest in peace. O.D.B. McDowell. Ron Darling, I like his commentary, he does a good job on the baseball broadcasts. Mike Boddicker. Sam Horn, and I got a Provision card of Kirby Puckett with his bat about ready to explode, but Kirby looks pretty happy about it. Another checklist. Mike Harkey, Darnell Coles, Jim Acker, and Pete Harnish. There's actually not stated odds on the Provision, so far out of my box, that was the 4th one I've pulled. Pulled more Twins logos than anything so far. We got Herm Winningham, Clay Parker, never heard of Clay Parker, Mike Fitzgerald, Tino Martinez, Jamie Quirk, Randy's Always Ready, Mike Sims, Paul Ferries, never heard of that guy either. It's probably his one and only card. Pasquale Perez, Kirby Puckett, Bill Spires, Greg Linton, Mark Langston, and Kevin Seitzer. Kevin Seitzer had already dried up skill-wise after his pretty damn good 1987 rookie year. Would have been rookie of the year any other year, except a guy named McGuire hit 49 home runs. But Seitzer batted over 300, had over 200 hits, and then he had about 170 hits his second year and then did nothing after that. John Moses, Parting the Seas, Jay Baller, Bobby Thigpen, Tom Brunansky, Jerome Walton, talk about dried up rookie, 30-game hitting streak his rookie year. I wouldn't say he led the Cubs to the NLCS in '89, but was a big part of that team that lost to the Giants in 6. Milt Thompson, Stan Belinda, Burn Smith, Todd Stottlemyre from the Stottlemyre family, Tim Belcher, Craig Lefferts, Frankie V, Mike Schooler, and Steve Wilson. Man, so far pulled 4 decent cards in the Kirby Puckett Provision. 4 packs to go. Ooh, mini logos. Those must be limited edition. Joe Price, Joel Skinner, John Russell, Jim Poole, Jim Vatcher, Jeff Reed, Kevin Reimer, Dave Justice, Carlos Baerga, I don't know what he's doing with that hand there, Tom Flash Gordon, Scott Fletcher, Jeff Reardon, Shawan Dunston, and Tom Pagnazzi. I was looking at the back of my box, and I do get some limited edition box bottoms there. We got Nolan Ryan, Andy Hawkins, and Terry Mulholland Drive, all celebrating their no-hitters there, and then a limited edition logo of the Yankees, so I'll have to be sure to cut that out really nice, because it's a limited edition. It says so right there. 3 more packs of this crap to go, if anybody is still watching. White Sox logo. Ruben High Sierra there on the back. We got Alejandro Jalapena, Louis Rivera, Mark Williamson. They're flipping around on me here. Larry Anderson with the Red Sox. Turner Ward, Felix Jose, Bruce Hurst, Tim Hewlett-Packard, Candy Maldonado, one of my favorites as a kid. Jeff Kunkel, Dennis Cookin, Andres Thomas, Terry Lee, and Ruben Sierra. Looks like he's getting froze there, getting struck out. 2 more packs. Texas Rangers logo. We got Jim DeShays, casting a spell. Mark Parent Trap, Jesse Barfield, right in front of the A's logo. Had a good, solid throwing arm in the outfield there. Dan Gladden checking his swing, not quite. Paul Molitor, there's a Hall of Famer, finally. Rick Parker with the Giants, I don't even remember that guy. Robin Yount, another Hall of Famer. Back-to-back Brewer Hall of Famers. Lee Stevens, Kurt Stillwell. Cecil Fielder there. If you notice, he's not wearing a batting helmet there. That was during the All-Star Game Home Run Derby at Wrigley Field. So, Dan Pasqua, Chili Davis, Doug Jennings, and Tom Glavine sliding into home plate. Hall of Famer there. Last pack of this Yellow Menace. We got Matt Williams with the Giants. I was a big fan of Matt Williams way back. Ron Oyster Shells, Chuck Carl Malone, Juan Agosto, Kevin, that is so gross, Chris Hoyles, Brian Harper, Bobby Bonilla, Mike Huffington Post, Mookie Wilson, Tim Leary, Randy Nasty Boy Myers, Paul Gibson, his 1991 scorecard in the background. There's a guy scratching his nuts. No, that's 1989 score. I'm sorry. In the background of his 89 scorecard, Alan Trammell's in the background scratching his nuts, but they airbrushed his arm off because you can't have that on a baseball card that kids are collecting. Andres Galarraga kicking whoever that guy is right in his butt. And that's my last card, so good way to end it there. So anyway, out of my box, I pulled 4 Provision cards there. There's the Griffey that I pulled already there. We got the Kirby Puckett, the Cocaine Straw. That's awesome. I love that card. It's going in my personal collection. It's actually the crown jewel of my Darryl Strawberry collection. That's the straw that snorts the cocaine in my Darryl Strawberry collection. And then we got Disabled Les Davis there. Wishing he could take batting practice, but his back's hurting and his tendons are sore and his ankles are, I don't know, hobbling him. And Roger Clemens there with the glowing baseball. So anyway, thanks for watching my pack break there of very limited edition 1991 Fleer baseball. By the way, I bought this box at a antique mall for $8. So $8, can't go wrong from buying a box of cards, especially for all that fun we just had. So thanks for watching, and we'll do another video soon.